it's in your wheelhouse. What we're doing is empowering people, personal trainers, on the incredible opportunity of corporate fitness, corporate training. I've scraped the surface a little bit. You've dove in a lot deeper, and we want to help them with these questions.
Perfect.
And then we should be done about 20 minutes tops, Greg. And then we'll talk a couple minutes about it. But I want to see what's going on with you and that Art Stillwell and the NFL and the opportunity there too. That's really exciting.
Absolutely.
Aren't you and him tag teaming on something with the NFL?
Yeah, we've got. In fact, they invited us out to their annual convention in April, and we're going to be presenting to all of the heads of the alumni associations, the presidents of the alumni associations, for our Mind Over Head Chatter program, which is now a 3-phase or 3-year program. And so those are the decision makers that will buy the program for their community, and it can help us scale just like that. So we're really excited for that. Great opportunity. We have 20 minutes on the main stage.
When's the presentation?
April 13th or 14th. They haven't given us the exact date yet, but it's in Las Vegas.
I'll put you on the prayer list. You're going to crush it, Greg. You're going to crush it, man.
We're looking forward to it. We feel real good about it.
Greg, just do what you always do. When you get ready, be prepared. Take a deep breath before you go on stage, and just do that talk like every other talk that you've always done, because you always present amazing content. Can you hear me?
I appreciate that. I can hear you, yeah.
So let's get started, Greg, on your basic answers. Question number one, what do the possibilities presently look like for the average personal trainer that maybe is starting out in the box gym, or maybe that went out on their own? What's the present possibilities look like if a trainer wants to work with companies with corporate training?
Yeah, the time has never been better. The opportunity has never been greater for personal trainers, fitness professionals in general, to get involved in corporate wellness. Darren, a recent Inc. magazine interview, or article, I should say, talked about the best industries to be a part of right now or to get involved. One, it's estimated to be a $10.5 billion, and that's billion with a B, dollar industry over the next 5 years. So the opportunity, even a small piece of a $10.5 billion pie, can be pretty lucrative. So I would encourage trainers to take advantage of the amazing opportunity right in front of them.
Right, Greg. What I say to myself and trainers is, why are you working with a company, Darren? Companies have deeper pocketbooks, and they don't cancel on you. That's
exactly
two big reasons I see that I like corporate training. Awesome.
Well, and another thing, I'll just throw one more thing on top of that, Darren. Corporations, for the most part, you'll find that you are busiest and you are in most demand in the middle of the afternoon. And that's usually a trainer's slowest time of the day. So it really is a win-win for the trainer.
That's a big one, buddy. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, next. What's 3 most important things a trainer could do to secure their first corporate client?
Oh, that's really easy, because the bottom line here is preparedness. You've got to prepare and be ready when the opportunity arises. First of all, you've got to know the difference between a regular fitness class and a corporate fitness class, or I should say a regular client and a corporate client. And what do I mean by that? I mean, understand who the paying client is. In a regular gym, the paying client is obviously the individual, right? But in a corporation, you'll be working with a lot of individuals, but the paying client is actually the company. So just understand to whom you are accountable. It's the company, not the individuals. Now, does that mean you don't want to keep them accountable? Certainly you do, those individuals, because the bottom line, more successful. You also have to understand the difference between a regular gym and the corporate gym. The environment of a corporate setting is so much different. And I give you an example real quick of one of our corporate gyms that we started about 20 years ago. When we started doing classes in there, my instructor turned up the music real loud, got real fired up, like we do in the industry. And the next thing we know, a guy comes out from the office next door, looks in the window with a horrified look on his face. And it's a computer programmer whose office was right next door to the gym. And all of that noise was not allowing him to do his work. So understand the environment in which you're working and be respectful of that environment. The second thing is to use what no one else in the world has. And that is your current client base, the people that you know. You want to network with them and we call it the low-hanging fruit way to approach it. Go into those people, understand where they work. Some of them will be decision makers, some of them will be influencers, but they will all be able to get you through the corporate structure a lot faster. If you go in cold to a company, you're starting at the bottom level, the bureaucracy can go for years. So make sure you use your current client base to get introduced in the corporation. And then third, and finally on this one, I think it's important for you to know the language of corporate wellness. Too many trainers go in completely blind to that fact. And, the HR director starts talking about absenteeism and presenteeism, and the trainer looks like a deer in the headlights. So it's important to get a basic understanding of the language of corporate wellness. So if, you go to Spain, you want to know a little Spanish, right? You got to have someone to interpret. So make sure you know the language. So those would be the three things. Know the difference between regular and corporate else has, and know the language of corporate wellness.
Greg, that's rock star stuff. And who's our biggest fans? Our clients. So that's a big one.
Exactly.
You know what? This is so easy. This is so easy for trainers to start it when they have this outline. So, wow, that's amazing. Thank you. All right. Yeah. What are some certs? What are some certifications that are available for the legalities and the guidance of this? And so I'll just be quiet. Is yours the only one, or what is the name of it?
Ours is specific to the fitness industry, the fitness trainer. We're called the National Corporate Fitness Institute, and our website is ncfinstitute.com. So the National Corporate Fitness Institute. We named it the Corporate Fitness Institute because our wheelhouse is working with personal trainers and other fitness professionals. Now, the scope of corporate wellness is pretty broad, pretty big. We want to make sure that we empower the trainer to stay in their wheelhouse, and then through our certification, the NCFI Certified Corporate Fitness Specialist, we then give them all of the tools that they need outside of their specialty, which is fitness, to support their overall program. So now there are other corporate wellness certifications through the Corporate Wellness Magazine. I know WellCOA is a great one. So there are other options, but specific to the personal trainer and the fitness professional, I think you'll find that the NCFI has everything you could possibly need, because it's basically, once you are certified, a business in a box.
So, Greg, for my peers, my friends, personal trainers that are following me, and we're helping each other, this is almost perfect for them, right? Because they're
absolutely 100%.
And so it's
and that's why we designed it for the personal trainer, the fitness professional.
So this is National Corporate Fitness Institute, MCFinstitute.com.
Correct.
And it's www.mc as in Charlie, F as in Frank, institute.com.
Correct. Okay. NCFinstitute.com, National Corporate Fitness Institute.
Got it.
Yes.
And I'll go check it out so I can send my personal trainer friends there, and that's a good place for them to start.
Absolutely.
Okay. How does writing a book help a trainer go towards their goals?
Well, I tell you what, as you know, I own a publishing company called Scriptor Publishing Group as well. And the reason we started that was to empower trainers to build a platform for whatever their specialty in the fitness profession was. Back in the day when you and I started, I started in the early 80s, you started late 80s, early 90s, but back in the day, trainers didn't specialize. We were kind of jacks of all trades. And as the years have progressed, specialties have really come into the industry. And a platform book is basically, if you think about the analogy I like to use, is when a political figure is about to run for office, they write a book to define their platform, what they're going to run on. For a fitness professional, having a platform book is basically separating you from all of your competitors, and it lays out what you do and how you do it to the world. And, in your local market especially, they become a brilliant way to take it way beyond a business card, because when you leave a book with somebody as opposed to a little, 2-inch business card, they're going to remember you so much more. Now, in my instance, I've written well over 20 books, and I've got several platform books because, again, I've worked with professional athletes, with CEOs, with housewives that want to lose weight, with young athletes. So I have written platform books specific to each of those areas. And when I do a consultation, they leave my place with the book specific to what we've just discussed, because it lays out how we're going to make them better. Now, specific to the corporate wellness industry, I wrote a book called Lies and Myths About Corporate Wellness. I wrote that book because I was competing with a lot of quote-unquote wellness specialists, and I knew that I knew. But when I went to an HR director as a personal trainer, a lot of times they didn't look at me as a credible resource, because unfortunately we in the training industry get lumped into kind of the dumb guy that likes to lift weights group. And so I wrote that book specifically to separate myself from that group. And I can tell you a funny story about a CEO, major corporation. And we had talked about wellness a little bit here and there, but I could tell that he wasn't really engaged in the conversation. One day, as he was leaving, I gave him a he came back into the gym, looked me in the eye and said, "Greg, I got to tell you, I read the first 3 chapters of your book and I loved it." Then he said to me, "I always knew you were good at the physical stuff, but I had no idea you were smart too." So what I did by giving him that book, I elevated myself in his mind to his level from the standpoint of being a professional. And it took me outside of just being a personal trainer and being an equal talking about corporate wellness with him. So that's how important a platform book can be. And I can tell you that one book for me has been worth well over $500,000.
That's amazing, Greg. Thank you for that. What's the book that my personal training friends who want to get in on this huge piece of pie, what's the name of your book that you just described?
Lies and Myths About Corporate Wellness.
And
Darren, I would also throw in, if they're interested in how to develop a platform book, we've got a free 7-step report on my website, scriptorpublishinggroup.com.
Publisher Group, and I'll put that in the show notes here. Scriptor,
and I'll send you the exact link so you'll have that.
Okay.
Scriptorpublishinggroup.com.
Do that right away, because I'm going to have this up on YouTube in a few hours. And the book
within 5 minutes.
And the book Lies and Myths About Corporate Wellness. You have a link to your Amazon where they can get it real quick.
Absolutely. Well, and you know what they can do is they can go directly to my website, gregjustice.com, and they can actually download 3 chapters of that book for free, and then it'll take them to the link.
Man, Greg, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to get it myself, bro. I've been having success. Cool. I hooked my 3rd corporate account after the Mercola team a few years ago. Carton Craft, they're paying me my best fee I've ever charged. I love training corporations, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, Greg. So just think what I can do as I get more organized with some help from someone like you. So Thank you so much. Greg, let's sort of wrap this up. I got great information for my upcoming book. Greg, this is a tough question, but one I gave you the questions before, but what's your passion right now, Greg, in this like niche of stuff that we've been talking about? You got a lot of passions, but what does Greg Justice want to be doing in 2 years?
Well, Greg Justice wants to be doing it all, and Greg Justice does it all, and Greg Justice loves doing it all. But right now, I have a bricks and mortar location called AYC Health and Fitness, which is certainly my passion. It's my baby. We're Kansas City's original personal fitness training center, established 32 years ago. But my current passion, my business is Scripture Publishing Group, is really taking off. And the cool thing about that is we're able to help so many fitness professionals. We've worked with over 100 fitness professionals, empowering them to write best-selling books, like I just talked about with the platform book. So that's my latest project, the Scripture Publishing Group, and it does my heart good to help other trainers elevate to a higher level, because as you know, my mission is to elevate the professional and ethical standard of an industry for which I have great passion.
Greg, that's awesome. I've heard that for a few years. I'll even tell this story down the road at a later time, how we came in contact. You didn't know me from Adam. You pay your own money sometimes for travel, and it's not about the money for you, but you see, I said, Greg, why are you helping me so much? And I just barely covered your airfare, I think, for the first time you spoke at one of my events. And when you spoke, it was like the godfather of fitness. I mean, Greg, I think you're going to be remembered as like the Jack LaLanne or something like that. But anyway, I know you're so humble, and you're so excited about, like, you're just sort of getting going type of a thing, which is amazing. How many years you've been doing it. And I just want to say thank you. And what you said to me, I don't know if you remember this, finally I said, Greg, I'm bugging the hell out of you. Why are you doing stuff and losing money helping me? And you said, when we see people out there that got great potential, a diamond in the rough, just sort of want to help them out a little bit. And you went way above and beyond helping me get through my tough points in my career in the past. I want to say thank you. And do you remember that story when you told me that?
I do. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a while now.
So I'm so excited to call you a friend, to you empower me to get through the tough points in personal training, to elevate myself as an authority in my niches. Couldn't have done it without you, I don't believe. My mom and you and a couple other people. But what do you think is the average, like the average person who says, oh man, I want to become a trainer, going to go get certified, going to go work at Lifetime or the Box Gym, I'm going to make $90 an hour. What percentage of those trainers starting out make it as a career, a lucrative career where they can be happy and raise a family? Rough guess, what percentage make it like now during this day and time?
My guess would be 30%, and I may be overestimating it, but we know just from industry studies that 50% of the certified trainers that just get certified within a year will not be in the industry. So right there is 50% in the first year out of the industry.
Yeah.
So, those numbers are pretty bad, and we need to do better to make the next generation of trainers. We need to lay the foundation for them to have something more solid from which to build their business.
Very, very true. Greg, I think that you're a nice guy. I'm not so nice. I'm a little bit, don't pick my words so nicely as you do. I'm going to say 10-20% make a lucrative career out of their training career.
Yeah.
1 out of 10,
yeah.
2 out of 10. And it's guys like you. I know guys like you that are promoting this industry and building it up. Rob Fletcher of America's Next Great Trainer, combined with Arnold Schwarzenegger's team, invested a shitload of money and time in his America's Next Great Trainer brand, which I was honored to be part of 2-3 years ago. And there's some more out there. Todd Durkin's doing some great things. And there's quite a few of us. And I don't want to say that there's no other people out there doing it. I want to find the Todd Durkins, the Greg Justices, the Darren Steens. And I don't put myself up in your league yet, but I can in the future. And I want Bedros Keuilian out on the West Side, California, is doing some big things, and do better together. And focus on who is doing a great job, because people are living too short and dying too long unnecessarily, and it's guys like you that promote an industry that helps people turn that around.
Absolutely. We all want to lift each other up because none of us is any better than the other. We all need to work at this together to build an industry that we're all proud of.
All right, Greg, send me those links so I can get this up on YouTube.
I'll do it right now.
And people can start seeing it. What's some parting words of wisdom for someone who wants to become a personal trainer, fitness trainer, or is one, and they sort of lost momentum, or whether they're still in the trenches? What's some words of wisdom for them, parting words of wisdom?
I think ultimately it's about purpose. You know, it's about following that GPS system, which ultimately will guide you back into the right direction. Your purpose is what drives you, is what inspires you, and there's a difference between inspiration and motivation. And you want to make sure you're truly inspired to do something, and that's where the purpose will guide you. And it doesn't mean we won't get off course from time to time, but if you truly are working toward fulfilling your purpose, you'll get back on track.
Greg, thank you. I swear to God, I love you like a brother. Every time I go visit you and you come visit me, I get a shot in the arm that I feel like I can change the world. And I feel honored to be a friend and in the same industry as you. So thank you very much, man.
And Darren, you know, it's the feelings are mutual, and I appreciate you inviting me on your show today, and happy to help anytime I can.
Cool, cool. And I'm going to try to stay on, Greg. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode, and I just want to chat with you for a few seconds.
Absolutely.
Getting a little technical difficulties here. Oh, yeah.